I am pumped. We're up here at Weber Outfitting in northern Saskatchewan. My deer hunting home away from home. Yep. 9 years now. Yep. I've been coming here. Saskatchewan whitetail hunt. Stay tuned. It's extremely important to me that we look to the future, tastefully imagining generations to come having the ability to choose to have a hunting lifestyle for themselves.
Hunting is what fuels us, it is what grounds us, and it is what connects us. Hunting is where we come from, and hunting is where we will continue to go.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given. Yeah, through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. On the edge.
The Edge, proudly brought to you by Canis Athlete, Be the Wolf. Vortex Canada, the force of optics. Snowy Mountain Rifles. High Mountain Seasonings. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Prime Archery, where accuracy is everything. Kifaru International, gear for life. Rambo e-bikes. Spartan Precision. Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts. G5 Outdoors, designed to hunt. And these fine sponsors.
Well, here we are at Weber 2022 fall season. We just rolled in, dumped our stuff, and I'm not 100% sure what the game plan is. So we're gonna take a quick few rips with the bow, make sure we're on, and get after it. It's getting to be the tail end of November and anything can happen. We're starting out here in one of my old haunts. This is where I shot the heavy tan about 4 years ago. Gives a good starting point. You know a funny story about these antlers? They're magic rattling antlers. If I hit them together and a big booner doesn't come in, it's because there's none around here. That's a fact. Magic. That'll hit a buck right there. It's gonna come right in. Well, then 2 bucks. Here comes the second one. Magic antlers, buddy. Told you. Well, that's the end of night one. We got a lot done today. Got a few spots set up. We started with plan C this morning. Got that set up. Came out, put up a ground blind at plan B, and then finished the afternoon off by setting up our plan A, and then sitting here for the last hour. 2 little bucks. Mama and 2 babies. But tomorrow, game on. This spot. I killed a really nice buck here 3 years ago. And this spot is hot in the mornings. So stay tuned. Well, good morning and welcome to phase 2 of our trip up here with Weber. Yesterday, as a bit of a recap, we got everything kind of lined out. Plan A, B, and C. We're sitting in plan A right now. Got this baby filled with dope piss. That way when I fart, it should bring all the bucks right in. The theory. When I think of coming to Weber Outfitting, northern Saskatchewan, it's what you call the ranch. Over the last 9 years, we've developed that place like crazy. I know the routine.
Yep.
I'm very comfortable down there.
That place got hit hard by the winter. You know, we're used to being down there and having multiple shooter bucks to pick from, and it just didn't happen this year.
The devastation that this winter has put on these deer up here affected the mature, bigger bucks.
That's one of the reasons why we ended up going up north with you and trying to shoot some of those bucks up there.
Now we're off to plan B. It's plan B. North is plan B. Plan A didn't work out this morning. Plan B now. And let the cameras do some work for us. When we were driving in, it was very reminiscent of the ranch. It gave me that feel, that mix of poplar and big aspen.
Yep.
And some rolling hills, obviously lots of water. You know, so I felt good about it.
Load the old spy point. Getting lots of sunlight today, so I think we'll keep it pointed back this way so it's doesn't get any sunlight pictures.
As heartbroken as I was not to go to the ranch this year, it did allow me to see some new dirt, some new country.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Set it and forget it.
Good luck.
All right, brother.
Okay.
Cliffy.
Jesus Christ.
Two little bucks, like a 115 8-point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With another smaller one, just hanging together, which was weird, I thought.
It's weird, yeah. So we'll see what the cameras tell us.
Yeah.
Morning. I'm Mark Weber, and this is a day in life of outfitting with Weber Outfitting. Smells good in here.
We had a big crew in camp this week. Started off, we got here, we were the only ones, and then Laura and Richard showed up.
Laura and Richard, yeah, this is their second trip up here. We've got most of the branches kind of cleared up. Yeah. So you can see them coming in and out, and that's where the baits will be, right up there. So have a great day, and I'll text you around noon. Okay, have fun, you guys.
Okay, we're here ready for the deer to show up.
Yeah.
That's where we want the deer to show up.
Laura ended up shooting a great deer this year.
She was so excited. That deer guaranteed heart shot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she was proud as punch, sitting at that table, whipped open her computer, told everybody to gather around.
She was so excited. It was great to see that enthusiasm.
You know, and that's part of coming to a camp like this where you get all kinds of people from all over the place. We gather around that kitchen table and laugh and tell jokes. That's part of the experience.
I always feel when we have a bigger group like that, it's motivation for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, everybody leaves the camp in the morning very happy, willing to go out, and very happy.
Yeah. Not only do we leave happy, we leave fed.
Fed, yep.
You
Breakfast,
know, coffee, breakfast.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
pack your lunch and then come home to meals that will pack on 15 pounds in 5 days.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Definitely.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
Not that I don't like the solo hunts, but I do so many of those. This is kind of like the holiday hunt.
Yeah. Have fun.
You bet, thanks.
Oh, we just had the split G2 bucket come in. That was our number 2 on the hit list. On the trail cam pics, he looked like he was a little more mature than that. When he came in, he just didn't do it for me. We passed up the split G2 buck. You know, he was a target buck for us.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
For this year. And when he came in, he didn't have the pizzazz that I thought he might have.
Yeah. It's always good to pass those bucks that don't give you the right feeling when you're sitting in the stand. And,
Yeah, I think-
you know, they got to do something for you.
I don't think you have to be a wildlife biologist. You just have to get that gut feel. He's either the one or he isn't.
Yeah.
It looks like we're down to only one on the hit list. And he's a big 8. I just hope he's as big and mature as he looks in the trail cam pics.
We're gonna go down now to where we've been hunting slim in the past, and we're gonna try and get a couple things set up for Steve down there. He just texted me here before, and he had the split G2 buck come in, but he chose not to shoot him. So we're gonna go and get another spot ready for him, and then check the other spots for the other guys. So we're baiting for Steve today, but it's also moose season, and Cliff and I aren't guiding today, Scott is. So we're gonna try and attempt a 2-hour moose hunt here. We'll see what happens. It's not too often I get to be the guide, the hunter. It's gonna be exciting.
So last year Steve was here and he shot a nice 10, a real wide 10, down at the ground blind by the bait. It was really good shot. It was really nice buck. Typically we see a lot of moose here. I know anytime Steve has sat here, he's seen a lot of moose. So we're gonna try and sit here. Since I got the camera guy today, we're gonna sit a couple hours and see if we can shoot a moose today. Staring at the bait. So we've been sitting here probably 3 hours now, and We finally had a buck come in, but the problem is we're moose hunting, so this doesn't help us right now. But he's a nice little buck. He just come in from the east side of us. So we'll watch him for a little bit, and then hopefully Bullwinkle or Elliot shows up, and we can get the one-horned bull moose.
Morning at day 4. Got settled in the ground blind. And trail cameras tell me that there's at least 2 shooters in here.
We sat probably 15 minutes in the dark, and all of a sudden the show started. And it was does and this big 8-pointer. He ran around and pushed those does around, pushed some other bucks off. He was the big 8-point that we had on the target list.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But he came in, and as soon as it got light enough, I got the binoculars up on him, and he was missing a brow tine.
Yeah, and we videoed that deer not that long ago with both brow tines. Like, that's hunting.
It was
That's how
just
goes.
like within a day, you know? So he was definitely a mature buck, and we legitimately passed him. And he took off, and he come back again. He probably 3-4 times maybe. He pushed things around so much. He was the boss.
Oh, yeah.
You know, big Papa Pump.
Yep.
And I thought, you know what? Maybe I am gonna shoot this deer. And then all of a sudden he jumped and he spooked, and he was looking back in the bush, and he took off like a rocket, and out comes our Big 10. Seeing that big 8-point take off, I was like, this is actually the big Papa Pump.
Yep.
And he strolled right in, came to the bait, which doesn't typically happen a lot with the bigger bucks.
Not too often, no.
Yes. Yes.
We took a quick look at the footage, definitely heart shot, and we think we heard him go down within earshot, so it's gotta be 30, 40 yards. Look at that. Just sitting here pretty. Oh, that is a pretty sight right there, folks. That Striker V2, man, I'm telling you. Sharpest broadhead on the market. Look at how far it's spraying out. I think Helen Keller could follow this blood trail. I mean, it's awesome. Oh, there he is right there. There he is right there, boys. Look at that. Like 1 inch in between. That's wild. Well, there he is, the tight 10, the conclusion of our hunt here in northern Saskatchewan with Weber Outfitting. Picked this guy up on trail camera last night, him and another big 8-point. And the 8-point put on a show this morning. I started to think, well, maybe he's the one that's ruling the roost here. When this guy showed up, that big 8 bolted, poof, gone. And here he come up, presented a great shot, and didn't go far at all, as you could see. Super tight rack buck, but nice big long points. And I love how he almost comes together in the front. You know, he almost touches, but unreal. Chuck another one up for Prime and Victory Archery. And the sharpest broadhead in town, that Striker V2. I'm telling you what, man, it puts it on him. Well, 2022, the Edge Weber hunt is in the books. What do you think?
Yep. Well, I'm very happy. You know, you got a great buck this year. I was a little concerned because our winters were bad the last little while, so it was nice to see you end up with a good buck.
Mark, thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm your host, Steve Ecklund, and you're watching The Edge.
The Edge, proudly brought to you by Canis Athlete, Be the Wolf. Vortex Canada, the force of optics. Snowy Mountain Rifles. High Mountain Seasonings. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Prime Archery, where accuracy is everything. Kifaru International, gear for life. Rambo e-bikes. Spartan Precision. Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts. G5 Outdoors, designed to hunt. And these fine sponsors.
Thanks again, Mark, and then we'll just do this like nonchalant, just like this.
Okay.
And then like, hold on, like
Okay.
this, then like this, and then thumbs. Put your thumb like this.
Can't remember all that.
Yeah, do it. Here, one more time. Ready?
Okay. Like
Boom,
this,
boom,
this,
boom.
this. I'll never get that. We'll do that 100 times.
Okay, ready? Thanks again, Mark.
Yeah. Stupid.